Well, hello again, fellow beer lovers. Tonight it's a special edition. We've got Dan here as special guest, and we've decided to try something other than beer tonight. Although we have had a couple beers, truth be told, right, Dan? Yeah. So, but we'll talk about that probably in a separate episode. But we decided to try some absinthe because I recently I bought some. And I bought the sugar cubes that are traditional, and I'd never tried the absinthe in the truly correct manner with the sugarcane sugar cubes. And it turns out that my buddy Dan here has he's read about it, about absinthe, and he's seen some presentations on it, but he'd never actually tried it. So that makes Dan an absinthe virgin, absent of the absinthe, and so he decided to imbibe tonight. And I've never had it with the sugar, so we're going to try it out right now. And he's going to go ahead and do the honors and demonstrate the proper. As far as we know, we're not experts. I know a little of this and that about beer, but I'm a noob when it comes to the absinthe. And you too, right?
Yeah.
But we got the nifty special spoon. Can I take that?
Grab that off of there.
This was compliments of the Absinthe people. They include it, at least in the box that I got.
Nice
Now, if you're watching this video, it's possible you know a little bit of the history of absinthe. It's the stuff of lore, right? Apparently 100 years ago and more, the myth was, or the urban legend was that it could cause you to
go crazy, lose your mind.
Right, and there were stories of famous people like, I think, Hemingway, or I don't know who it was, but
I can't remember the second one off the top.
But it was actually banned, and I don't know the exact history of it, but I do know this, that it was only in recent years, like in the last decade, that the United States lifted the ban on absinthe, and now you can actually make it here, sell it here, and import it. So, I have to say that when I tried it, I mean, it's nice stuff. But unfortunately, there were no hallucinations. So I have a feeling that it was banned for more than a century, without good cause. So what do you think? What are you finding, Dan?
March 5th, 2007 was when the absinthe ban was lifted, but the first one was sold in the U.S. in 2019.
Wow! So very, very recent, right before the pandemic, and that's probably when I got it, was in late 2019. So
you didn't call me over sooner.
Sorry, man. All right, so why don't you go ahead and demonstrate the dissolving of the sugar cube, or what they used to call a lump. One lump or two, right?
One lump for absinthe.
One lump.
So in the glass we have 1 ounce pour of absinthe. You can use whichever one you want. The traditional way is you use the spoon, you put the cube on top, and you slowly drip water over it. They've got some fantastical things in mixology bars that will like spin it through glass things and drip it down real nicely. I'm just going to use some spring water. Very carefully, slowly drip it over. And eventually the cube will melt itself. There it goes. And you want to achieve roughly a 3 to 1 or a 5 to 1 ratio of absinthe to water. And as you can see, it's kind of taking a cloudy appearance. And you take it, you just stir it up a little bit to get that sugar in there.
And
it's done.
And in the interest of time, Dan has already produced my glass for me. So, cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Sure can smell that anise.
Yes.
Right? Licorice.
I personally like licorice. It smells like it. Just take a straight bite out of some black licorice.
That's what I'm getting to. Nothing more, nothing less. So let's see what it tastes like.
There's black licorice, and then there's something on the back end.
In the finish?
Not quite the finish, the back end of the mid palate.
Yeah, okay. I'll tell you what, when I really never paid a lot of attention to what parts of the tongue register different flavors or different, different taste types. Bitter, sweet, salty.
Umami.
And there's the one, savory.
Savory or umami.
Okay, yeah. But when I went to Montreal, I'll tell you what, I was talking with just a regular bartender there, and he was describing when I was trying to place the flavor of a particular beer, and it turned out it was a mango beer, and up in Montreal, if you've watched my postings on mango beers, they call them bitters. They call them bitter beers, which is very interesting. But he was explaining because it registers in the back of the palate, in the back of the tongue, and they know their stuff. The French are of course known for their cuisine, but apparently they're very mindful of flavors and every little thing about it.
Every little detail and nuance.
So that's cool that you caught it in the back there.
Yeah, almost.
So you think it's bitter?
There's a little bit of bitter. It's slightly forward than that. Almost salty.
Yeah, I can see that.
I wonder.
It's still 90% is just, or 80% is just pure licorice, but then there are little intricacies, and I would have to kind of.
It tastes kind of orange in there.
I think some citrus. Maybe, it could be lime, because citrus. There's a broad range of citrus.
Yeah.
And I'm not catching the orange, but I'm catching the citrus.
Some kind of citrus. I like it though. I'm one of the weird people that likes black licorice and anise. So.
Well, when it comes to licorice, I think that's kind of the gold standard, the black licorice, the anise.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't turn down a red.
I wouldn't either, especially the pull and peel ones are kind of my bane.
The pull and peel. When did they start doing those?
I don't know. It's a good question. Tastes like regular ones.
I think it's before my time.
Really?
I mean, I'm a strict old school Twizzlers bag kind of guy.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about. The Twizzler pull and peel. They're really good.
Pull and peel. It's all about convenience, right? Access.
Well, if you want ease of access, you just take the regular Twizzlers and bite them. There you go. The pull and peel ones are a soft licorice that's got 9 of them together, and you pull them kind of like string cheese.
Maybe the thing to do would be. Sometimes, it's a matter, the old expression from the sublime to the ridiculous refers, I think, to the fact that, if all you ever do is stay in the realm of the hoity-toities, well, those guys aren't any fun at all, right?
I mean, they can be, but they're not nearly as fun as some of the other ones.
Exactly. I mean, spend a few days working for the carnival. That's for another story. But anyway, I like it. I really do.
Yeah. I'm quite surprised because I'd always heard that absinthe was kind of like out there and most people don't like it. It's just like, I don't understand that.
I would say that anybody who appreciates Jägermeister would be a good candidate to try it. And then, of course, some of them, if they're really big fans of the Jägermeister, they might not like it because it's different. It's a little different, but
yeah,
it's got the same sort of flavor, but in theory, it's more of a purist's drink, right?
I would think so.
Whereas Jägermeister is a kind of a mixed. It's a flavored liqueur or alcohol.
Yeah. Excuse me. Wow. It's surprisingly good.
Quite good.
Yeah.
Well, I hope. Sorry if if you're looking for something a little more highbrow, but I hope that this might cause some of our friends out there in YouTube land who normally drink a lot of beer, and I realize a lot of you guys also drink the occasional
liqueur,
whiskey, Coke, or whatever, and various types of shots. Try some of this and expand your horizons. It's quite good. Now, if you hate licorice, you're probably going to hate this, but it's tasty. It's sweet, but it's also got a lot of flavor. A whole lot of flavor.
Give it a try, and you might be pleasantly surprised. Who knows?
So until next time, salute.